Hogue Nation is back, just coming back from Lafayette. By the way, I got two things to say.
Okay.
It's 60-some degrees outside. Nice.
Yeah.
It's perfect in here.
Isn't it weird? I know. It's
What
strange.
is up with your place?
Listen, I don't
It's
know.
100 degrees outside. It's 70 below in here.
I know. It's the craziest thing ever. It's something about because I've asked, it's something about the windows in the air. So I don't, listen, I'm not a facilities guy. I don't know. I don't understand it, but it's crazy though, right? I know. I know.
Second thing, how do you build a parking lot and we have more parking problems?
I don't know. You know, that parking lot, or supposedly.
Who is taking over that parking lot?
Yeah, everyone's taking over. They've just made it a makeshift parking lot. You know, I think they got tired of, because I was told for years, hey, we're going to get a parking lot there, going to get a parking lot there. And, of course, I would talk about it, and there's still no parking lot. So I think people just decided to make it a parking lot. It's crazy, right? I know.
Just 4 media spots somewhere on campus.
If we would ever, I'm telling you, if we would ever get like blacktop in a real lot, we will have maybe even have for a small fee, we could have the Jim Gazzola parking spot.
That's fine. I'll pay it.
I love that.
All right. So you came back from Lafayette. What did you get from Lafayette? What do you think?
You know what? I was really encouraged. I mean, if this would have been years past, we'd have got beat by a ton, made all kind of excuses, and had probably a brawl, and throwing helmets and acting and all that, and we didn't do that.
Well, you had a brawl.
Well, you know what I mean.
One fight.
I mean, but it was well played. We're getting more disciplined, each week, and I thought we had a really good scheme. I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's our ball going down at the end of the first half. Huge turnover, probably a 14-point swing, or at least a 10-point probably. But look, I'm really encouraged with where this program is at in all facets, and I'm excited about the season ahead.
No, that was the big play. Obviously, at the end of the half, the turnover when the kid was actually open. We're going to have him on here.
Yep.
He was actually open. Would have been a touchdown. More importantly, would have kept them off the board. Then there was a couple of flags at the end for that drive, and then, of course, the famous 6-second play that lasted about 9 or 10.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what happens when you're playing a higher level.
I mean, look, unfortunately, I lived it many times as a coach. When you go play a money game and you run out there and there's SEC officials and whatever, it is what it is, and it's okay. That's part of the deal. You have to be really good to win those games, just because of all the things that go against you.
But still, 11 minutes left in the game, you're just down a touchdown.
No doubt about it.
So that there was, and then of course their power came to fruition at the end and kind of wore you down when you couldn't get first downs. But yeah, getting a better running game. See, this will be the interesting with Weber State coming. This is kind of the first interesting game because
I think so too.
You've played down a level and won. You've played up a level and lost.
Right.
And now you're playing a level team.
That's right.
That's also coming off. This is their third flight.
Right.
They've played 2 money games.
Yep.
Been beaten pretty badly in both, but they're a good program.
They're really good. I mean, look, it's a real conference. The Big Sky is very respectful. So it's going to be a great test for us, and hopefully we're ready. And I think you're right. I think, obviously we played down and then we played up, and now we're going to get right into the level. And from here, obviously we got Utah State.
They're going to be very familiar. They're going to be very much like SFA, who you opened the league with.
I agree.
They're going to be a lot like last year, which was a 28-26 game, a really good game. Probably the best game you guys played all year.
For sure.
And then I think this is an interesting game. But did you take – they did some nice things. They've also done some things over there with their stadium.
They have. Yeah, I think that
they shrunk it.
Yeah, but I think it was – I mean, look, I think their game day is really good. I mean – I think their new boxes are not. I mean, I love the hill on the one end. So they've done some really good things, and but at the end of the day, like you said, with 11 minutes left, it's a 1-score game, and they've really done a great job with in the last 10 or 15 years of continuing to grow their program. And but
What do you think of their light show?
I really liked it.
Kind of reminded me a little. It was so red. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Supernatural. The show Supernatural. I think it was red.
I liked
a lot
it.
of devil
No,
stuff going on there.
Look, I liked it. I thought they did some really good things, and I think that our marketing team, everywhere we go, like when we go to Utah State, I'm sure we'll pick up things. And when I go to an NBA game, or like if I go to a Saints game and I see something, I always record it and see what we can do to try to make our game day better. And I thought they did some good things. But you know what? We have some really good things too.
Look, I know you're not a football guy.
That's not true.
But when you're on the field, you are supposed to stay behind the dotted line.
Yeah.
You can't we don't want to see you get run over.
I won't get run over.
Nice picture with Rowdy, though.
Yeah, it was a good picture, right? The tailgate was awesome. I mean,
you guys had some tailgate.
We did.
And your fans showed up.
Our alumni association and MAF. I thought we did a really, really good job, and we had a huge contingent of people out there. A lot of former players were there, so it was great. I mean, I think the atmosphere was really good. I thought, like I said earlier, I thought we played really well. It comes down to I'll always be curious on what happens at the end of the first half if we actually score. I'm really proud of our program. I'm proud of our team. Coach V's got this thing going in the right direction. In so many ways, and I'm excited about the season ahead.
And just stay behind the dotted line, will you? Just stay behind the dotted line. When we come back with Logan Mauldin after this on Poke Nation.
What makes having a local lawyer important is it's all about relationships. When judges know the lawyer and the lawyer has established credibility over time with the court, they know enough to trust what you're telling them. Lake Charles must be a wonderful place because now lawyers all over the state claim that Lake Charles is their hometown. I thought you could only have one hometown, and I know this is ours.
Well, it's game day at the Legacy Center, and the McNeese Cowboys are warmed up and ready to play. Cowboys have a new player this year, number 22, Katie Ferdinand. This girl loves basketball and McNeese so much she can't wait to get out on the floor. And we're off. Shoemate tips the brewer, and there goes Katie.
Ferdinand Financial Group supports the McNeese Cowboys.
Craving a quick fix? Evans has you covered. Bring the kids in and cool off from the summer heat with their favorite ice cream. Fuel up with protein snacks and energy drinks that will power you through the day. Locally stocked and family owned with fresh food prepared daily. Evans has everything you need. Evans Corner Store. Come visit us on Ryan Street.
The Cowboys are going to do some really big things. Really big.
McNeese athletes bring big energy, big plays, and big spirit to every game. That's why Lakeside is proud to be such a huge fan. We're a hometown team too, in the business of backing big dreams across our community every day. And we always bank on big wins with McNeese Sports. Go big with Lakeside and McNeese.
Welcome back to Poke Nation. It is a pleasure to have senior Logan.
Graduate student.
Graduate. Zeus. Let's go. Okay, so Logan, how in the world did you get the nickname Zeus?
It's kind of just a name that my mother and father gave me, and then from growing up, a couple friends heard about it, definitely on this team. A couple people heard about it, and then they started kind of calling me Zeus.
So it's been Zeus ever since?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So, okay, we're 2 games in.
Yes, sir.
From a player's perspective, give me your assessment. We're obviously played, a team that's, we're obviously a lot better than. We went up and played a team in Lafayette that's in the Sun Belt. Tell me your assessment on where you think the team's at.
Yeah, obviously we just played a tough game last week, tough loss. I feel like the score does not demonstrate exactly what the game was. I'll tell you that for sure. If you guys watched, extremely close up until a couple mistakes on our part, and after that some stuff happened. Obviously it got away from us, but what I will say is that was our first first test of adversity, and I'll say our guys we're still more than ever more confident in our team. We know exactly what we need to do to come back from that game, and we're excited to get back out next week.
So, okay, so what do you have to do, right? So obviously it's our ball. It's a minute 30 going down into the first half, and we have obviously a crucial turnover, and they come down and score and get the momentum, et cetera. But you said, okay, we know what to do. What is that?
So specifically, if you want to talk about that play, Jake and I on the same cue had a little inside release, and then kind of just miscue on the ball. Obviously, safety was behind me, able to still play it, make the interception. Obviously, we're hurt. Going over to the sideline, fixed the miscue, got on the iPads, were able to kind of figure out what we did wrong, and we attacked it back out on the field. And like I said, it still was just able to get away from us because they did score off of that. But from that, what I'll say is we're just attacking practice even harder. As we know, mistakes happen.
Sure,
it's
absolutely.
the game of football.
Right.
So just attacking it with, like I said, that confidence that we have and having trust in not only our coaches but ourselves that we're going to be all right. And trust that.
The play actually looked like it worked. You were open.
Yes, sir.
And you would have done a walk-in touchdown.
Yes, sir.
He just got hit when he threw the ball, and it
Yes,
kind of
sir.
went up in the air and a
Yes,
little
sir.
bit short. You guys say that. Do you take something out of this game that says we can play at that level, but we have to be near perfect?
See, that is something we strive for, near perfect. We talk about it every single day. Attack practice with the goal of being perfect, so that, if you go right under it, 99% will be happy with that, right? So what I'll say is we all are very, very confident in the fact that we were right in that game and we can play with this team. So every other team that we play coming up, they're gonna have some trouble sticking with us.
Because they're gonna be they'll probably be the most physical team you play.
Absolutely.
They're gonna be the biggest team. And they live on being physical.
Yes, sir.
You've been in that league at Coastal Carolina.
Yes, sir. The Sun Belt.
How far is McNeese from that level as far as talent goes? And how much is it like when the home game days here compared to those?
I'm actually very happy to say very similar. I remember my first game in Cowboys Stadium. I was extremely surprised by how loud the fans were. You guys get it going in there very, very quick. So I was extremely pleased with that. To go to the talent, man, we got some guys that can play here, and it's first string, second string, all the way down to third string. Man, we got even some scout team guys. Man, we got a lot of talent here, and obviously, a lot of people say that at a lot of different places. But what I'll say is just it's the multitude of different things that people can do in each position. So I'll say, obviously, I'll go to our receivers. We got guys that can go up and jump and catch the ball. We got speed guys. We got route runners, and all of those guys are extremely good. So I've enjoyed my time here. I've learned a couple things from my teammates, and as far as being far off from the Sun Belt, we're not far.
That's what people want to hear, is because that's always the question: is can they play at that level? Can you do that? And you show at times you can, but the distance of a game is. They seem to wear it down. It seemed like a couple of first downs, especially when you were just down a touchdown, would have kind of changed the game because it would have kept your defense off and kind of put some fear into them. Okay, let's talk about your other career. Because this is the interesting one to me. By the time you were 13, you had authored 2 books and published them on your own.
Yes, sir.
It's amazing.
What started that, and what kind of confidence, and how is that kind of a different world in football than the violence of football?
It is completely different, and what kind of started that is my mom and I were watching a show. I don't know if you're aware, 2020. Used to come. Yeah. So it used to come on all the time on Fridays, and we would watch.
We remember.
Right. So we would watch that all the time on Fridays. That was kind of like our get away from the week, kind of hang out, refresh. So one of the episodes in 2020 was talking about the reading disparities in between girls and boys. And basically what it said was girls read better than boys, and not because they're smarter, but because they have more reading materials geared towards their interests. So when I was obviously young, I was about 8 years old, 7, 8 years old, I was like, well, that's not fair. I'm going to do something about that. And obviously my mom she heard me, she kind of laughed, and we continued to watch the show. But as it kind of to explain more about the reading disparities and really why, it really did encourage me and fuel me to, man, I got to do something about this. Like, if I can, why not? So I told my mom right after that episode ended, like, man, I'm gonna write a book. And she heard me, and she said, do it. And obviously I was, like I said, 7, 8 years old, and she's kind of looking at me like testing if I'll do it. So that really did fuel me as well to, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and start doing this. So I got a little notebook and just started writing and getting it going. And one time my mom kind of walked in when I was supposed to be asleep, and I had a little flashlight writing, and she saw that I was pretty serious about it. And from that point on, she did everything that she could to help me out, as in obligating time instead of, if it's something like, you don't got to wash the dishes tonight, you can go write for 30 minutes. That really did help me to be able to finish that first book. And we end up self-publishing it. My mom got a book called Self-Publishing for Dummies, and she read that, and we spent some time kind of similar.
That is such a great story.
Went ahead and published it. Yes, sir.
When we come back, we're going to hear more from Logan about that and football after this on Poke Nation.
What makes having a local lawyer important is it's all about relationships. When judges know the lawyer and the lawyer has established credibility over time with the court, they know enough to trust what you're telling them. Lake Charles must be a wonderful place because now lawyers all over the state claim that Lake Charles is their hometown. I thought you could only have one hometown, and I know this is ours.
Well, it's game day at the Legacy Center, and the McNeese Cowboys are warmed up and ready to play. Cowboys have a new player this year, number 22, Katie Ferdinand. This girl loves basketball and McNeese so much she can't wait to get out on the floor. And we're off. Shoemate tips the brewer, and there goes Katie.
Ferdinand Financial Group supports the McNeese Cowboys.
Craving a quick fix? Evans has you covered. Bring the kids in and cool off from the summer heat with their favorite ice cream. Fuel up with protein snacks and energy drinks that will power you through the day. Locally stocked and family owned with fresh food prepared daily. Evans has everything you need. Evans Corner Store. Come visit us on Ryan Street.
The Cowboys are going to do some really big things. Really big.
McNeese athletes bring big energy, big plays, and big spirit to every game. That's why Lakeside is proud to be such a huge fan. We're a hometown team too, in the business of backing big dreams across our community every day. And we always bank on big wins with McNeese Sports. Go big with Lakeside and McNeese.
We're back with Logan Mauldin, tight end at McNeese State, also author. You've got 5 catches already this year, I believe?
Yes, sir.
And you had 15 all of last year, so this passing game is in good form.
Yes.
Okay, let's get back to, so you published the one book. Then you decide to publish a second book. What are the names of the 2 books?
So the first one is Step of Your Game to Win the Game, and the second one is Life of a King. Yes, sir. And I just decided to publish the first one when I was around 8, and then we got some things going with that, a little hype behind my name. Did some work with the Charlotte Hornets. They were the Bobcats at the time. Yeah. Did some work in Salisbury, and it was a bookworm named Irma the Worm, and we would go into different schools and kind of just read my book or read a different book, and at the end, and a present that they would get is we would tell them they're all getting one of my books. And we also did this thing called a Write a Book contest, where we went into different schools and facilitated a whole curriculum where we picked out maybe 8 to 10 different students, and within that they were all allowed an opportunity to write their own book. Yeah. And while they wrote their own book, I would do little video check-ins with them, because obviously I was still in school myself. So at the end of the it was about 8-week program, we would pick a winner, and at the end of that person would get their book published.
And now you also started a writing and reading program with your mother.
Yes, sir.
You put it on hold when you came here because you were outside the area,
Yes,
but
sir.
you want to do it again. What's that program?
That's called If You Can Write, You Can Read, and that's kind of what I was talking about before. That's some of the stuff that we did with the schools, and at the end of that, like I said, we would publish their book. We did a whole celebration for all the kids that were involved, and obviously encourage them to continue down their writing process, because like I was saying before, the whole goal of it was basically to put out more reading materials for males.
Well, let me ask you this, Logan. So, what, when you're done playing football, what do you want to do in your career? Like, what are you majoring in, and are you going to go back and take this and run with it? Like, what's kind of your plan?
So, after football, after a couple years in the NFL, definitely would like to continue down the path of inspiring kids and making sure they understand the importance of reading and writing. So I definitely will continue my pursuit of writing. Ironically, my mom and I were talking about it the other day on what my next book would be, and I haven't really decided if I wanted to go on the basis of another realistic fiction and continue down the kind of series of Life of a King, or maybe talk more about my life and things that I've experienced, and kind of just where I'm at now type of book. So I guess we'll kind of see. But to answer your question, I got a degree in recreational sports management, and then right now I started in kinesiology, and I just switched over to criminal justice, getting a master's.
Awesome.
So yes, sir.
Well, let's pivot. Let's pivot to football.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you're a senior. Okay. You started your career at Coastal Carolina.
Yes, sir.
You've been here a couple years. What has been the transition like this year with Coach V?
Wow, that's a great question. Simply because I've enjoyed it more than I could even imagine. Obviously, when it's new, and it can be kind of scary if we're going to be honest. So, I've been through coach transitions, and if I'll be honest, like I said, it was new and scary. And
for sure,
it for me, I'll say it didn't end how I originally thought it would. So, when Coach V came over, I decided to completely buy in and listen to exactly what he was saying. I had a meeting with him, and through our meeting, we talked for about an hour, and I realized that he was an extremely genuine guy. Everything that he was saying, as far as he does want the best for his players, he really does mean. And I appreciated that, especially being a senior and older guy, being through some different coaching staffs and stuff like that.
Sure.
I realized that was something that is extremely important, a coach that cares about their players. So, I bought in, and everything that he said that he was going to do, keep the same or change, he was extremely upfront about it, and he did exactly that. And that upfrontness with the players was extremely reassuring consistently. And, he said he was going to bring in an enthusiastic, smart coaching staff, and that's exactly what he did. I can name every single coach on that coaching staff, but I'm extremely excited to work with and have been working with the coaching staff that he's brought in.
That's awesome.
And you seem to, 5 catches already, you seem to like the offense.
Yes, sir.
It's even though last year it was the air offense, this offense looks like the passing game is better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out Coach Bolfin, man. He and every single coach on that coaching staff, man. Coach Siegler, Coach Reese, Coach Smitty. They do, Coach Martin, my tight end coach, they do their due diligence to scout each team every single week and put each player, not only myself, in a proper position to be able to execute and make plays with the ball in their hands and without the ball. So I'm excited, man. We got 10 games left, right? 10 guaranteed games left, so I'm excited. We haven't even opened up the playbook all the way. We've just shown a little bit of our stuff. So
yeah, it's exciting times. It's an interesting place for you guys to be, but this team from last year, not to go back to last year, but this team from this year, much closer this year?
For sure. I feel like fall camp did a lot for us as far as we were competing every single day, tough battles, a lot of good on good, ones versus ones, twos versus twos. You're going against the starters, the guys, every single play. I feel like that really did get us a lot closer, simply because, you see this guy literally what it feels like for 24 hours a day, and you're butting heads all day, but this is also who you're eating dinner with and lunch with and all that stuff. Yeah. So we made it a huge point this year to get close as a team, but a real type of closeness, not just like, hey man, what's up, and then never talk again. Like really spending time together and learning about each other. Like I'll just give an example. We did this thing at the end of fall camp practices where Coach V would tell some of our newcomers or guys that maybe just got there that past spring or fall, and some of our freshmen, they would stand up at the top, and he would pick out any person, and they would have to stand up and be able to tell them where they're from, or their full name and where they're from. Like something about them or something like that. So, like simple stuff like that, obviously, you got to know your teammate, and that was something that was important.
Logan Mauldin's been our guest, tight end from McNeese, formerly of Coastal Carolina, 5 catches already this year. Look for big things this year. When we come back, we'll get Coach's final thoughts after this on Hope Nation.
Well, it's game day at the Legacy Center, and the McNeese Cowboys are warmed up and ready to play. Cowboys have a new player this year, number 22, Katie Ferdinandson. This girl loves basketball and McNeese so much she can't wait to get out on the floor. And we're off. Shoemate tips the brewer, and there goes Katie.
Ferdinand Financial Group supports the McNeese Cowboys.
Join Don's Wash Club and score big on clean rides all season. Unlock discounts on washes, interior cleanings, oil changes, and more. Whether you're tailgating or heading home after the game, keep your ride looking like a pro. Not ready to commit? No worries. Scan the QR code on screen to see what we're all about. Enjoy your ride with Don's on McNeese, Ryan, and Nelson.
We're back, Logan. Obviously an interesting guy.
I'm telling you, it makes you realize why we do what we do. Just what an impressive young man.
Okay, Weber State this week.
Here we go.
6 p.m.,
Yep.
Navarre Stadium. Who's your concert?
Oh, we got the Molly Ringwalds on Friday night.
Is Molly Ringwald actually in the Molly Ringwald?
No, Molly
I just
Ringwald.
wanna make sure.
But I'm telling you,
Somebody's going to ask.
It is, get there early because the Alumni Pavilion is going to be absolutely packed on Friday night. It's going to be a wonderful.
How was your first concert? We didn't talk about how was your first concert?
Great. It was in here.
Yeah.
We had Wayne Toops, had a couple thousand people. It was,
Did you get up on stage?
well, we introduced the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
So I was up there with Matt Bonnet to help them do that. But, and then Corey Tarver was up there because obviously we wouldn't have the block parties without League.
And their tailgate will be up this week.
Absolutely. Yep.
Back up
Lake
this
Charles
week.
Toyota does such a great job. And we wouldn't have the block parties without them, as simple as it is. That whole family has just been so good to us and so good to this community. And so we're excited. But the Molly Ringwalds, first time ever at a block party, it's going to be great.
What's their big hit?
Oh, it's a cover band.
Oh.
So I know you don't,
I understand cover band, but I don't understand what they do. I'm different that way.
Okay.
They cover other people's stories. So that's
Correct. And like this 80s and 90s
Yeah.
and all that, it's going to be.
So it's actually songs I would have heard, so
Yes.
I should probably go.
You should
I'm gonna
go,
to one.
100%. And if you do, I'll actually buy you a beer.
You get them for free.
That's exactly right.
It's like the worst gift I've ever gotten. Here's a free beer. Okay, what else? I want to ask you this about. So you got some money from Lafayette, but it didn't cost you anything to go there. So it's all benefit, and that. Is there a benefit to playing 2 FBS games on smaller levels, or would you rather play the one big one?
I'd like to play one big one and have it over and get it done with. But, I think that those games are going to become really, really hard to get. So I think that playing the group of 5 or group of 6 games are going to be more advantageous for us. I think it's going to be easier to get those. But, again, look, at the end of the day, it's about revenue. So and I've told Coach V this when we hired him, we play in 2 this year and we got LSU. If we can get back to getting, 16, 17, 18,000 night in and night out, in Navarre Stadium, then we can look at it and say, okay, well, instead of going and playing Lafayette and Utah State, maybe we just play a Lafayette, right?
Yeah.
Because we're generating the revenue that we should.
get the home game.
That's right. So
That's why Weber State's a big game.
Weber State's a big game. That's exactly
So
right.
what you can do.
It's a huge game.
Well, we're going to see the results of that next week before then they go to Utah State after that for their second FBS game. And we'll see what happens all this on Poke Nation.
Hey, Lake Charles, Russ Silver is your Eye on the Lake guy here at Legacy Center on McNeese campus, and you're watching CBS Lake Charles. Go Pokes.